Got nothing to do. Wait a sec. I could shave. Oh God. Oh, this was a bad idea. Why did I do this? Oh God. Oh, the blood. Hey, so that worked pretty good. Oh, I'm so bored and lacking blood.
Two hours later.
Dearest Alex, I have watched your show for quite some time. It is interesting. However, something caught my attention when you reviewed that one French game. Let's see how you do with this. Ha ha ha. Pause for dramatic effect. Ha ha ha. Good luck, or as the Danish say, Guden Luxven, your arch nemesis? Oh, fuck. Over the years, Sonic Team has proven that innovation does not necessarily lead to success. With the release of Sonic the Hedgehog in 1991, Sega had hit the jackpot. Finally, a mascot to contend the throne long held by a fat plumber whose sole gimmick was a racist stereotype and violent tendencies towards animals and brickwork. They had created Sonic the Hedgehog, and in the 90s, Sonic was a hit. Sonic Team, however, decided to change up the formula. Sonic plus 2D simple level design times by a certain amount of velocity wasn't good enough anymore. Mario had a kart racer, why can't Sonic? Mario went 3D, why can't Sonic? Mario had a party game, why can't Sonic? Mario turned into a werewolf, why can't Oh wait! Every time Sonic Team has forced the poor guy into a new role, he'd hit the ground running, face first into a wall. The games weren't bad, they were just different. But not the good kind of different. It seemed the poor Sega mascot had always been playing catch-up to the plumber, which shouldn't have been that difficult considering Mario's portly size. Roll on the early 2000s. Past the fall of the Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle had just been released on GameCube, and Sonic Team are considering a new game. In an interview with IGN, ex-Sonic Team head and producer Yuji Naka wanted to create an original game for Nintendo's new system with a different feel to Sonic the Hedgehog. Then I can only imagine a team of designers took as many drugs as humanly possible and created the masterpiece that is Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Checking the back of the box, we see that Billy is slightly mischievous and yet always cool. That literally just sounds like Sonic. Did Sega even try another personality apart from some smooth-talking fossil from the early 90s with a visual equivalent of slick-back hair? So before we get into the real meat of the game, I want to share with you the intro cinematic. We'll watch it together the whole way through, so here we go. Okay, stop it right fucking now. Okay, let's just... What was that? Is that the fucking theme song? I've heard from multiple sources on the internet that the Kid Choir is singing G-I-A-N-T-E-G-G, but to me, that isn't what it sounds like. It sounds like D-I-N-D-E-D-D. Din-dead? The fuck is a din-dead? Sorry to stop this again, but can we just talk about how fucking ugly all of this is? Where the fuck did Sonic Team learn human proportions? The fucking elephantiasis ward? I mean, sure, there's cartoony graphics, there's strange proportions on Sonic, but Billy's a fucking human being, at least he's supposed to be. He looks like Glasgow's most infamous strangler. So is this Chicken Land? The chickens taking over the world now? And then Billy just fucking outright murders these animals? They're like fuzzy, smiling cats with wings and he straight up flattens them with a fuck off massive egg. Don't look now, but I think Sonic Team have copied Mario a bit too closely. And then he screams at an egg and animals pop out? Ah! 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 Thanks, science! Also, these other characters, these 4 other kids, as far as I'm aware, they've got fuck all to do with the game. Know why they're there? So you can use them in the multiplayer, instead of just, I don't know, Billy's model but recoloured. Yep, because that would be ridiculous. In a land ruled by poultry, where chicken roll giant ovums around to crush endangered forest cats, that would be utterly insane. But look how fucking pathetically cliche they are. Story mode. Let's get into it. Bunch of chickens having fun, playing on a beach, and then crows, but like... crows? Are crows the natural enemy of the chicken? Is it because the main theme of the game is avian and... to contrast the rather light-coloured chickens, the designers chose a dark-coloured bird like a crow? Is that racist? I feel like that's racist. We cut to Billy waking up late and rushing out the door to meet his friends. And look, they're all here. There's Billy, the average every boy. We got the big strong one, the young small one, and... girl. So this entire thing is all so overdone, Japanese, that it feels like I'm regressing in age just watching it. Billy hits a crow and saves a chick who turns out to be rather fucking sun god, and our quest begins. You just gonna leave him hanging there? That's a bit rude. The god of chickens, many funny. We'll just gloss over that. The god of chickens, many funny, tells us that Morningland is in trouble from the nasty crows who have stolen the light. And because Billy was courageous enough to bat a bird out of the sky with a stick, he's the only one that can bring back morning? Billy must find the legendary chicken suit, as you fucking do, that will protect him from the perils of Morningland. And here we get to, well, not the controls as much, but the feel of it all. As you could already guess, the main mechanic of the game is rolling eggs. Eggs allow you to kill enemies and traverse levels. Without eggs, you're pretty fucking useless. With the A and B buttons, Billy has several moves he can pull off with said eggs. There's an egg shoot, egg dunk, egg slam, sprints, long jump, etc. My first issue with this mechanic is that Billy's control of the eggs is temperamental at best. Firstly, Billy sticks to these eggs as if he has some sort of magnetic attraction to them. You just sort of clip onto them. Which is fine if it weren't for Billy's positioning. It means that sometimes you'll jump, the egg will reach, and you'll leave it behind with no way of getting to it. And not to mention that when you bounce jump, you can fucking land facing any direction. It's a spin of a roulette and usually you lose. The first level ends with Billy releasing the first chicken elder, Oma? What have I got? And this is how you represent someone as an elder, by having a beard like hair on a bird? Releasing Oma brings back morning and he tells us that we have to beat a boss. The game sets itself up like Mario 64, and you're going to be hearing that a lot. Several distinct levels with different missions in each, and the fact that each world is distinct doesn't account for the usual trope of Ice World, Desert World, Fire World and Clown World? Okay, that one's pretty alright. But just look at the level names here. Forest Village, Blizzard Castle? Dino Mountain? You can tell it was Sonic Team who came up with this game, after calling a two-tailed fox Tails and a punch-happy echidna Knuckles. So it's just a distinguishing feature of the place, followed by a one-word description. That's like calling London tall building shithole. Next level we have a boss, Error Gecko. Perhaps this would be a good time to mention the enemies. So we're fighting crows that have taken the form of weird cats and snakes and whatever else. What is Sonic Team's obsession with stuffing cute animals inside of things? Another thing you notice is the combat. It's boring. It's boring and pointless. Aiming any of the egg skills while enemies blunder about is frustrating when you can just steamroll them. When enemies die they drop fruit, which you can subsequently roll over and it makes your egg bigger. And for no reason, I'm just going to remind you that this is a Japanese game. It's from Japan. As soon as your eggs get big enough, you scream at them and stuff hatches out. Like this one, you get... flippin' powers of water and life? Okay, I get the water part, but why life? Those aren't in any way related in terms of elemental powers. One I get out the taps and bathe myself in, the other is rather more important. And then there's Cypher, god of fire and passion and passion? No, okay, he said passion, But you don't just get pets from eggs. Some combs that have different effects, or little items that can restore your health or cause you to go invisible, but it's all fluff. You know in Super Mario 64, there I go again talking about Super Mario 64, and you had the wing cap or the metal cap? They were used to solve puzzles or get past obstacles. There's none of that in Billy Hatcher. In fact, there's so many items they're basically redundant. The only thing you really need are egg animals to put out fires or, on a very rare occasion, open doors and break things. 9 times out of 10 it's clipping all the way. The first boss is mindlessly easy, it's just some gecko dude. He chases you with about as much gumption as someone chasing a receipt in a light breeze. It's a piss easy fight and we get to move on to the next land. I mean, there are other missions, but who the fuck cares? Let's just move on. Pirate Land, and it's the same story. First level returns the morning, the next is a boss fight, which perhaps would be a good time to talk about the music, because there's nothing else to talk about. The music is fitting. I mean, apart from the main theme, it's not memorable or interesting. It's not something to hum when you're in the shower or sing too loudly on the bus. It's just music. Although the cheesy, over-the-top theme songs work quite well for games like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, we don't really get any of that with Billy. And even if we did, it's not befitting of the character. We know Sonic. We listen to Sonic in his snarky ways, but Billy doesn't say a fucking word. He's just some generic stereotype of what Japan thinks that white kids would be like if the world was full of magic and fairy tales. Billy is a Japanese Disney character. If this is sounding repetitive, it's because the game is just that. There's no fast-paced platforming in Sonic and there's no fun bounciness of Mario. Billy is stuck in between, basically just a dung beetle rolling about eggs all day. There's no real comfort to the platforming since Billy never really feels securely attached to the eggs and can spring off at any moment. And with no reason to employ any of the egg moves, what's the point in combat? Second boss and he goes down easy. Nothing really to say. Wait for the attack pattern to be over, then strike the boss with an egg. It's nothing revolutionary, even though just attacking the boss without taking damage yourself is a fucking chore. When each boss is defeated, we get this cutscene. Doesn't really explain anything at the moment, but it's nice we're getting pelted with pointless exposition. Dino World is up next, which gives me a chance to talk about the camera. With weak platforming, you expect the camera to be a tad bearable to make up for it, but no! It's sluggish, dull-witted, and confusing. He gets caught in walls or wedged up some giant enemy's backside, make it fucking impossible to dodge attacks. Boss was a dinosaur, Ice World Seal, next. Circus Park. This is not only where the game gets a bit more interesting, it gets challenging too. With each Elder, you need to find the golden egg they're trapped in and hatch it. Now, for most levels this was easy, since 90% of them weren't instant death drops. Circus Park is different. The level isn't too hard, kill some enemies, open a gate, kill some more enemies, jump up to the top, easy so far, so we get to the egg. Narrow walkway, enemies and fire. Shouldn't be too hard, as long as I'm careful. And now an egg track. Oh. See, these egg tracks are weird. The blue ones you can ride on, but not the red ones. The red ones are eggs only, so you have to leave the egg and meet it on the other side. No problem. Put the golden egg on the track, run through the hole, catch it, easy. Right, take two, no problem. Are you fucking kidding me? I was right on the fucking money. I was right on the track. I fucking had it that time. How precise do you have to fucking be? Third time's the charm. God, I just had to get away from that game. That was driving me insane. Do I suck? Is it just me? This is a fucking kids game and I can't get a fucking egg onto a fucking rail system! Just so you know, I did this again with 5 lives after the game over and game overed again. Not only does the placement of the fucking egg on the rail have to be so perfect and precise, but the camera doesn't cooperate when you go through the tunnel. On top of that, after the second track, there's a spinny fucking penguin that kills the egg in one hit. It is a trap. It is a goddamn egg trap. So you know what I did? I went back to the first level of the game and I grinded for lives. Yep, for almost half an hour I grinded an egg that spits out a 1-up when you hatch it. 26 lives, that should do it. Seven fucking lives left. Almost 20 lives lost on one section of a level. But I did it. The boss is a fucking monkey. Next! The last level of the game, Sand Ruin. Or Desert Shithole if the game wasn't PG. What's to say? Have you seen Sand? Have you seen Sand? Then you fucking seen Sand Ruin. Next. There's another level? Alright. Rainbow Bridge, whatever. 2 chickens, do the puzzle and... Billy, I heard that you were deemed not ready to set free the light of the rainbow and go to Giant Palace? It is said that the ancient chickens who sealed away the giant egg left the future in the hands of the brave. You must return when you have gathered more emblems of courage. You heard? You fucking heard? You're the fucking god of chickens. Who did you hear it from? What do you think this is, Chinese whispers? You heard Billy wasn't ready? Because he's not brave enough? Have you seen the shit this kid has gone through? All the poor guy did was hit a fucking crow with a stick before giant, anthropomorphic, bearded chickens whisked him away to a magical fairyland before stuffing him into a chicken suit to crush innocent-looking forest critters with giant eggs. Do you fucking know how insane that sounds? Chickens have made a small child wear a suit of them to roll around their children to kill crows, and the fact that the deluded little fuck goes through with it all is pretty brave. I can't do it! I can't do it. I tried. I honestly fucking tried, but I can't do it anymore. I can't go through this pathetic, asinine game. I can't play the rest of these levels. I just can't. I'm not brave enough.
Get up.
What? Who is this? Santa?
Santa? What? No mortal, of course not. I am Impending, the god of indie games. Listen to me, Alex. You can do this. You have the courage to do this deep within you. What are you doing with your hand? Stop that.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. But you do realise that Billy Hatcher isn't an indie game, right?
That's not important. What's important is finishing the game, and you can do it. All you need is the legendary suit that will give you the power to finish this review.
Yeah, but do you really think that this actually requires the intervention of a god?
Just put on the fucking suit.
Alright, I'm going. Powers of giraffe! Fuck it, let's just get going. Luckily for me and my sanity, you don't need to get all of the emblems of courage to access the last level, only 25. So you need to show bravery, but not total bravery, because you don't want to overdo it, you don't want to show off. The emblems work in a familiar system to power stars in Super Mario 64, but in that game you were told at certain doors as to the amount of stars you needed to collect. Not only that, the levels had interesting tasks and little missions. In Billy Hatcher they're either secret, which means going somewhere to find the emblem, defeat several enemies, or a time trial. And remember earlier when I said Biggie, Smalls and Chick weren't important? Well, turns out you can save them in story mode, which unlocks other missions. So Billy might be the prophecy child of true bravery, but according to one mission, he takes a fucking break and Rolly, i.e. girl, must fill in for him. 25 emblems, do level again, Giant's Palace, the main boss, Dark Raven. Dark Raven? How do we go from Crow to Raven? Sorry, but are they interchangeable now? One black bird for another black bird? So it turns out there's this thing called the Giant Egg, which makes the game title make a whole lot more sense, and anyone who hatches it, good or evil, is granted a wish. And we have to get there before Dark Raven does. The level isn't really anything to shout about. Loads of the same-ish enemies with more health to make you think the stakes are higher, some puzzles that come in far too late to excuse the bland gameplay, and some doors that need to be opened with light. We're getting into the whole light versus dark thing Japanese games like to do. Metroid Prime 2, Link to the Past, Twilight Princess, even Mario Party 6 had a swing of it. And so this is it, the final boss fight. And considering the difficulty curve of this game, I have to tell you, it's pretty hard. Dark Raven has two attacks, the first of which is this really annoying feather thing where he creates pools of darkness that you have to mop up with your eggs. Trick is it needs to be done in a certain time limit, otherwise the pools respawn and you don't weaken Dark Raven enough to make him vulnerable. The time you get to accomplish this task is minuscule and the game is not very forgiving. One little speck of darkness in the corner, nope, do it all again. The other attack is just filler. He fires seeking feathers at you and you have to avoid them, it's piss compared to the first attack. Hit him enough times and in true Sonic style, there's a second phase. So the Giant Egg breaks and Dark Raven turns into, well, that's just a Dark Raven, isn't it? Sonic Team, inventive. Damn. So you lose the suit because, well, reasons, which means you're not allowed to touch eggs anymore because those are their eggs and you've got no right to touch them. It's all very needlessly melodramatic. The God of Chickens tells Billy he's brave enough because he's still willing to fight the boss without the suit, which we're sort of forced to do since there's nowhere to go. That's not bravery, that's just being stuck. So Billy Hatcher goes supersonic and he catches the dark orbs that the Dark Raven throws, which are a pain in the ass to catch, by the way. And there we have it. In the end, Billy Hatcher lives up to every single design document that Sega's ever made. Creative idea, mediocre execution. Sonic just pales in comparison to Mario, and I think that Nintendo tried... Who are you? Santa? What? No, Santa? Why would I be Santa? I am you. From an alternate reality. You seem disappointed. Why are you not more shocked by this? I don't know, I was kind of expecting Santa. Why on earth are you expecting Santa? Christmas was 2 months ago? Oh, never mind. I have come to this reality, your reality, for one simple reason. You see, my reality is far, far bleaker than you could ever imagine. In my reality, Sega won the console wars. So what? That doesn't sound so bad. Oh, but it was! They created Sonic way before Mario. They created all the new games and ideas. They were the market leaders. They were the best, or as the Filipinos would say, the beast. Yeah, and what's so bad about that? What was so bad? What was so bad? Sonic R, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic 06, and then there was Sonic R Double Dash in my time, and then there was Sonic 07 and Sonic 08, and then there was Sonic Heroes Revengeance. Those games you mentioned aren't bad, they're just mediocre. Yes. Mediocre. A market full of mediocrity. You get to sit down and play all of these wonderful games, and I get to sit down and I'm like, they're all pretty bad. I think you're overreacting. They made a movie of Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, that sounds pretty awful, but it can't be that bad, can it? It was live action. Oh God, that's horrible. It was terrible. My friend and I, Bill, we went to see the film. He always took so long getting dressed. I told him to, come on, step it up. Okay. Poor Bill. He always got so hot when he drove. He always had the AC on. And I told him to turn it off, and he asked me, are you cold? And I said, well, I'm not cold, but I was way past cool. This is sounding kind of familiar. We raced to our seats. That's how excited we were at the time, you see. And Bill was always faster than me. And I said, I gotta speed up. And he just said, you're too slow. Are you just quoting terrible Sonic lines? Silence, you fool! Bill and I were there, and it was so bad. And we had to get out of there, and I grabbed Bill and I said, we should go. I grabbed him and we needed to leave. We had to leave. And he said it's no use. And then he killed himself. Billy Hatcher, it was the best thing we ever had. And to hear you say such mean and hurtful and disgusting comments about it. But if I kill you, if I get rid of you from this world, then I can take your place and play all the most amazing games I want to. That's quite a contrived way of going about it, don't you think? No. No begging for mercy now. I wasn't begging. You're here now. Why don't you just stay here and play games? Why do you need to take my place? Enough! So long, other Alex. You're done. Or, as the Argentinians would say, duen. No, in my haste to kill you, I forgot the giraffes were immune to gunfire. No, you can't die, you can't die. I need to know how the Dreamcast did after 2001. Listen to me, Alex. There are so many games in your reality. Platformers and shooters, puzzlers and adventurers. All of the characters in the world. The music and the stories. Don't be disheartened by Billy Hatcher. Don't let it ruin your love of gaming. This belongs to you now. Oh, come on, I just shaved this morning! It doesn't matter now. Learn from this, Alex. My whole life, I obsessed over video games. I became consumed by them. Don't make the same mistake. Go out, see the world, live your life. And now, I must do as my father has done, and his father before him, and his father before, and you get the idea. And die. Or as the Norwegians would say, Djeri. Goodbye, Alex. Goodbye. I'm fading away for no explicit reason. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, other Alex. I'll do it. I'll go out and I'll live my life.
We'll see what's next. So let me go.
Hello fellow bin raiders, and thank you for making it to the end of this video. God damn, this was a long one. I apologise. I will make them shorter in the future, I swear to God. So thank you so much for watching and getting to the end. If you like the video, please give it a like. Consider sharing the video, maybe even comment, tell me what you thought. And if you like the video, then consider subscribing. I do stuff like this all the time, perhaps a little bit shorter next time. So thank you so much for watching, keep bin raiding, and I'll see you next time.
Let me go.